Abhishek, right?
Yes, sir.
Good. So introduce yourself to the board.
I'm ABHISHEK Narayan Singh. I was born in Bihar, Jammu, Bihar. I was brought up in Delhi, where I did my schooling from various schools of Kendriya Vidyalaya. I graduated from IIT Delhi and BTech in Mathematics and Computing. Since then, I have been working as a software engineer in Wells Fargo, Hyderabad. In my free time, I like to travel and participate in hackathons.
Good. So Abhishek, what does Abhishek means?
Sir, it's a ritual where we bath the idols of via milk or water. It's a purification.
So what is Rudra Abhishek?
Rudra is the name for Shiv, and when this ritual is applied to him, it's called Rudra Abhishek.
So Mahakumbh was held recently, right? So there were a lot of apprehensions and what, and some people said that Mahakumbh is a wasteful expenditure. Do you subscribe to it? Yes or no? Why?
No, sir, I don't believe it was a wasteful expenditure, because most of the expenditure done by the state government is permanent expenditure. Even in the temporary expenditure done will be reused later. Also, by that input, the output generated for the economy of Prayagraj and UP is many folds, and it was an affiliation to the our Astha, and it will be good for the society, sir.
Can you tell me how much money, how much revenue was earmarked for Mahakumbh and how much money it generated? Are you aware?
No, sir, I'm not aware of specific numbers.
Okay, fine. You are a software engineer with Wells Fargo. Okay. So tell me, what is this debate on peak data versus synthetic data?
Peak data. So, sir, I'm not aware.
Okay. Has Elon Musk made some statement related to the human data reaching its saturation? Okay, let's put it a different way. So, Government of India has from time to time taking steps to give a boost to the software industry. Name 3 measures which has been announced by the Government of India to give a boost to the software industry in India. 1, 2, 3. I just want to know what are those specific measures.
Sir, IT-enabled exports is a major source of revenue for governments, and the measures are special economic zones for the IT parks.
Okay. What is PLI?
Performance production-linked incentives.
Is it a measure to give a boost to software industry or to the electronics?
Yes, electronics. It was very useful in increasing our electronics.
Has it been applied for the software industry?
I don't know, sir.
Okay. Name some sectors for which government is giving PLI other than electronics.
Semiconductors.
Yes, good.
Textiles. Leather.
Okay. So you are working for Wells Fargo in Hyderabad. There has been reports in the section of media that the brain drain from India can be converted into brain gain. How far this statement is correct? Yes or no? Why? Brain gain versus brain drain.
Yes, sir. I believe it can be converted, the brain drain to brain gain. In this, we will be attracting talents from all over the world, and specifically and especially the global south. We can be a leader in just like the USA serves as a major brain drain avenue. We can invite the talents from all over the world to India, and for this we need to take some steps. But I believe we can definitely achieve this.
Your father works in Kendriya Vidyalaya. you have also studied in Kendriya Vidyalaya. How were Kendriya Vidyalayas different from Sainik schools?
Sir, I don't know about Sainik schools, but Kendriya Vidyalaya caters to the children of central government employees who have transferable jobs, and I believe in this way it might be similar to Sainik schools, which are like army schools, as the name suggests.
Okay, last question. What is the recent controversy about new education policy and who is responsible for it?
Sir, Southern States, specifically Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Mr. Stalin, has said that the national education policy is trying to impose Hindi in Tamil Nadu, and I believe the lack of proper deliberation with on these issues, because it's not a new issue that Tamil Nadu has all since like last 50 years have pushed to language policy. So there should have been more discussion on this, so that the NEP does not imposes Hindi on any state. It just asks for 3 language policy, and it also supports the teaching in local vernacular language for the best development of children. So even though its intention is clear, but still there is miscommunication. So
Thank you, sir.
अभिषेक जी, ये बताइए, I've got 2 questions. Okay, one, our honorable Prime Minister you're from Bihar, isn't it, originally? Our honorable Prime Minister is currently on an state visit rather, to Mauritius. Are you aware of that?
yes.
Today is Mauritius National Day. Yesterday he addressed the Indian community there. It's a huge gathering. For the first few minutes, he spoke in Bhojpuri. Why? He usually speaks in Hindi, isn't it? He addresses Indian diaspora in Hindi. But why in Bhojpuri for substantial period of his speech?
Sir, the Mauritius population has deep historical ties with Bihar, and specifically Bhojpuri, and Bhojpuri is a very spoken language in Mauritius, and even the Prime Minister speaks Bhojpuri there.
Go more deeper. Why Bhojpuri? Bhojpuri is not the language of Bihar as such. It is spoken but not as such. Why he spoke in Bhojpuri, not in Hindi? Get into specific answer.
Sir, I believe the population of Mauritius come from the Bhojpur region of Bihar where it's spoken. Like originally, they can be traced back to that
I
region.
think you should give the correct answer like this. I'm just guiding you. Bhojpuri. 78% of Mauritian people are from 3 districts of Bihar: Ara, Chapra, Bania, where Bhojpuri is spoken. Isn't it? Even the Prime Minister Naveen Ramgoolam, he is from that area. He's 7th generation before. Okay. Now, tell me, Mr. Mark Carney has become the new Prime Minister of Canada. He took office our time day before yesterday night, their time yesterday. What is the similarity between his career path and the career path of one Indian Prime Minister?
Sir, our Prime Minister Honorable Narendra Modi ji has a very active life in politics.
Listen to the question clearly. What is the relations, or what are the relations or common thing between his career pathway, professional career pathway, and an Indian Prime Minister?
Sir, I don't think of similarity, but I can think of a difference. There is stark difference.
Different skin color is different, right? What is the similarities between his career path, professional career path, and let me tell you, when you do not know, for you this thing, because Canada is very much in the news these days. He was the governor of Central Bank of Canada. He was the governor during the critical period of financial crisis of 2008-9. He was the governor of Bank of England during Brexit. It is written in the newspaper. During Brexit, Prime Minister Manmohan Singh was also Bank of RBI governor. He was never in politics before joining government. This gentleman, Mr. Mark Carney, never joined politics. He was a member of Labour Party, but he was not an active member of the Labour Party. Okay, so these are the similarities. Two bankers.
What are the different centers of cyber crime in India?
Sir, financial fraud. The person, I am not forgetting the term for this, but
I asked the places, centers.
centers of cyber crimes in India. Okay, so I misheard the question. Sir, Jamtada has been in use for the.
One.
And a lot of cyber crimes is by Indians who are illegally in the Southeast Asia from countries like.
Okay, what are the different types of cyber crime?
Yes, sir. The financial frauds, the one where image of the person is tried to be hampered. Second one is third one is denial of services and the critical infrastructure is affected so that it can be used. Fourth one is where there is an attempt to steal the data.
Okay, so you said you are interested in heritage of India, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there's a hobby you said, no?
Sir, I'm afraid it might be an older DAF. I'm
Older DAF, okay. You,
Yeah,
I can read it for you. Traveling to explore India's rich heritage.
I'm sorry, this is my older DAF.
So this is no longer your hobby?
No, I rephrased it, traveling to explore new places.
Acha, okay.
So sorry, sir. I knew it will
Okay.
invite questions.
So it has invited. So you tell me, what do you understand by tangible and intangible heritage?
Just like in economics, we have tangible and intangible assets, which means the one we can, it's more of a quantitatively we can assess the heritages, because the monuments which are present are these are tangible heritages, and I understand intangible heritages as our culture, like festivals or the traditions which can't be which are not there in physical form. I understand them as intangible heritage.
Are tangible?
Intangible heritage.
Intangible, okay. One example?
Where the Nalanda Mahavihar is example of a tangible heritage, whereas the Kohver Geet of Bihar is example of an intangible heritage.
Okay. Suppose you are you get into your dream job and you are posted as a district magistrate of an Naxal affected district.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what will be the challenges before you and how do you plan to address them?
Sir, security of people in the district will be the first and foremost challenge, and the government employees there posted there and the people, their security. Second will be the lack of trust in people, those who are engaged in Excel and those who are affected by the people. So this lack of trust will be difficult to implement the government policies. So, and the Naxals are in the parts of India which is rough in terrain. So terrain will pose also problems. And the way to tackle them will be reconciliation with the Naxalism, who can be reconciled, and strict action by the armed forces to counter them who are armed insurgents. And at the same time, as we make progress in reducing the people affiliated with Naxalism, we need to deliver the developmental goals, the solve the issues of hunger and employment and skilling and education parallelly, so that as we recover space from Naxal, we take it and solidify it.
Okay. So you're from Hyderabad, right?
Yes, I'm working in Hyderabad.
You're working in Hyderabad. Okay, fine. So what is the issue about Charminar between Hindus and Muslims?
So the place of Charminar is believed to be a temple of Bhagyalakshmi Mandir, and so that is a contention. Even today, if you visit Charminar, there is a small temple just below Charminar. I believe that is an issue.
But that is a later addition or a previous version? When Charminar was just built upon it, you know. Are you aware of the history of the development of the building?
I'm aware that Kuli Qutub Shah built it there in that place, and there was a temple.
The temple was added into one of the corners of Charminar.
Yes, sir.
So then Charminar is not built upon the temple. The temple is inserted into the Charminar.
So that is the dispute, sir.
Okay. So now how did these Qutub Shahis maintain the acoustics of Golconda Fort?
Maintained it.
Yeah. First developed it and then maintained it. How did that all happen, you know? That you could hear a person from the front door right up to the topmost.
Yes, so there is a place in the ground floor where you can clap and you can listen to
Then
it.
how was the acoustics developed?
Sir, I believe the structure of the Golconda Fort, the aerodynamic considerations allow the sound to travel in that direction.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
So Abhishek, your interview is formally over. So tell us your feedback. How did it go? Kaisa raha?
Sir, I should have listened more carefully. I believe I messed up there in few questions, the listening part, and some I had to be specific, more specific to the sir's question and his question as well, in answering the question with more exact and specific answers. And yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll share a few pointers, then our senior colleagues they will share some of the thoughts. Your interview is on 19th.
Yes, sir.
Just a matter of just a week or so. So you are good, quite confident. दो तीन चीज़ों का आप ध्यान रखो. एक तो your core area. You asked about peak data and synthetic data. Elon Musk made a statement last year that year 2024 was the period. By that time, AI reached the threshold for training of LLMs for human. So human-oriented training, those days are over. So it has already reached its peak. So that is what he referred to as peak data. So now there are efforts which are going on to use a synthetic data based on the information which is already available with AI. So it has caused a lot of anxiety among the Puritans and the conservatives, right? Got the point? Because you are from IIT बच्चे, आपसे bar will be on a higher side. So थोड़ा सा अपना जो एरिया है उसके बारे में अच्छे से, ऑलरेडी यू वर्किंग एज सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर विथ वेल्स फार्गो, सो प्लीज़ थोड़ा सा जो लेटेस्ट डेवलपमेंट्स हैं, मस्क, स्टारलिंक, वेंचर्स विथ रिलायंस एंड एयरटेल, इन सारी चीज़ों को अच्छे से देख लो, सो दैट इट विल बी ऑफ ग्रेट हेल्प. प्लस read little bit more about your home place Jamui and Bihar. Questions will be asked. Plus your Hyderabad working, why Hyderabad got its name Hyderabad, bifurcation of AP. Although you are not from AP, but you are just residing there, so these questions can be asked, right? Prepare yourself little bit on the budget part, because that is very essential, so that you should be aware. Plus measures for software industry. be very specific and pointed. जब भी कोई जवाब दो बिल्कुल भी I said 1 2 3 4 5 sir there is PLI sir STEP have been given a boost sir the concessions in terms of holidays, tax holidays have been granted to the software industry. So things like these, they should be at the tip of your tongue, right? So just do a little bit of these nuances and be adept with the current atmosphere, what is going on. These things will be of great help, right, sir?
Very good candidate, Abhishek. Very good candidate. I am impressed. But one thing is that you try to understand what the interviewer is asking you. Don't go astray, this side, that side. You have got some percentage of that. Number two, this is my advice to you, or suggestions to you, that the places which are very much in news, like Canada, Greenland. Canadian Prime Minister, yesterday there was an article, and I think carried out by all newspapers about the new PM of Canada. This Mark Carney, and why he is a non-politician, enters politics. It was the heading. It was the heading. A non-politician enters political fray. Okay, that was the heading. Why non-politician? Because it's written there. It started with that. He was a banker. Bank of England at the critical moment. Central Bank of Canada. Okay, and who could be? Just here is the question. Here is the test of your personality, not knowledge. That how you could link a banker prime minister with an Indian prime minister. Immediately, there will be a spark in your head that it is Manmohan Singh, isn't it? You correlate these things. This is what we expect from an administrator. Is it? You must have read that article about Carney becoming prime minister, but you have not studied it. You only saw it. You didn't go deeper into that. Who was he? So the question, the moment I asked the question, his professional career, and compare it similarity with an Indian. He's a banker. Who was a banker in India? Which prime minister was a banker in India? Correlate the facts. This is what is expected from an administrator. Thank you.
Abhishek, now see, we are here to help you, guide you and coach you so that you get past the final interview and come up in a service, right? What sir just said, you saw it, but you didn't study it. That is the catch. If you reflect upon this statement, you will find it coming up again and again in the session we just concluded. You have a habit, I'm being critical to improve you.
Yes, sir.
Okay? That you very, very wise statement. You see things, but you don't go deep. You yourself knew that Charminar is being built by whom? The temple came up much later. I've been a number of times to that. I've always wondered, why do you do it? And there's no reason, because it sows seeds of discord. It sows seeds of communal riots. Why? Something is there, something is there. And similarly, when there is a temple, no mosque should go inside. It is so simple.
Yes, sir.
Second thing, what I didn't like was, that was my previous def, I knew that it will invite questions. Why are you afraid of questions? Come on, man, you are from IT Delhi, you're such a solid DAF, you're such a good candidate, such a nice looking candidate, and why should you be afraid? You should say, as many questions from whichever sphere, Abhishek invites them.
It was your hobby, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
It was your hobby. So why you were saying this is previous day? I don't
You knew the answers, but you were coming up very hesitatingly. If you can work upon this and put it more confidently across in the interview, you'll be considered very, very good. It's all upon you.
Absolutely.
You have to work. And we wish you the best. Okay? Good luck.
Sir, I've already had a one-to-one session with you, if you remember.
So then, why have you today come up like this? I remember I asked you what the meaning of Abhishek also.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So you better work upon that.
अभी टाइम है, you have 1 week, so just go through your DAF. उसके आधार पे DAF और न्यूज़पेपर, ये 2 चीज़ों प्लस your profession, these 3 things remember. सारे questions इन्हीं के आधार पे आएंगे. So if you are aware of these things, you will have covered. ठीक है?
हमें एज एन एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर ना किसी की साइड नहीं लेनी होती कभी भी. एवरीवन इज विद अस. आप डीएम हो तो सब कम्युनिटीज के लिए हो, सब कास्ट के लिए हो, हर एक के लिए हो. वी आर देयर फॉर एवरीवन.
Don't be, don't feel shy that, or don't feel that, oh, that was my hobby previously, you changed this thing. Why you are saying this thing, man? It was your hobby, okay. So you pursued that hobby for quite some time, isn't it?
Hobby remains same.
So remains same, but wording change. So why, when there's a question on traveling, this thing, your previous hobby, why you are fighting shy?
बट आई अप्रिशिएट ऑनेस्टी कि आपने एडमिट किया उस बात को. ये बात बहुत अच्छी है.
अच्छा है, but to me, he shouldn't have said so. To me, he shouldn't have said so. Give answer.
Just
Okay, carry on.
Little bit of these things, it will be very good.
And
ठीक
try
है?
to, whenever there is a tricky question like this correlation between 2 prime ministers, there is something, some catch. There is some catch. Try to get into that. Okay? Good luck.
All the best.
All the best.